another issue of the Nifty Scrapbooker. Here we are today doing another layout from the April Kiwi Lane Club Kit. And so these are some of the papers that have come also with that club kit. And we're going to be showing you how to do this kind of layout. We're going to be using some Sunnybrook Lane here. We're going to be using the cutout templates for Custom Cutting System, the gemstone cutting system from Creative Memories. The bracket here, we're going to be using a little border called, let's see, what is it called? Frolic. To do this scallop along the top here, we're going to be using the flower and the tiny flower from the accents. And we're going to be using the oval border, the oval cutting system from Creative Memories. So a little bit of mix of Kiwi Lane and Creative Memories today to make this beautiful layout. Now this is our right hand side page. We're going to be doing one similar to this on the left hand side. And I'll just show you what I already got ironed down. I just got two things taped down. We're going to be filling in the rest of this today. So the first thing we're going to do, and I have some of the other stuff cut out and ready to go. So we're going to be doing some cutting with the cutting system first. So this is the oval, one of the ovals. There's 4 ovals. If you ever wanted to know how to make that perfect border, oval border, this is what we're going to do today. So we're going to kind of center this up here. And we'll get that in the center where it looks good. There we go. We'll take out our red blade, which is our closest to the template. And so we'll get the biggest oval we can get out of the center of this. I'm just going to go around there like that. And slick as a whistle, there you go. And that says, hello, you make me happy. So there we go. We have our hello cut out. So let's go ahead and prep this a little bit. And we'll go ahead and edge it with our inker. I'm using the Distress ink, Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is in the Vintage Photo. And we'll get that done and ready to go. There we go. All right, that piece is done. All righty, get that off the table. Okay, now we're going to be using some templates. Now I love this this card that came in the kit. I just love the saying on this, and this is what it says: I am strong, happy, kind, thankful, loved, enough. And I love that, and I wanted to make some tags out of it. So I came over here and I was like, oh no, the tag is too short. So what we're going to do is we're going to be finagling it a little bit. Again, let me get my trusty pencil out here. We'll close up this cutting system. So that's what I love about this. It closes up and there's no blade showing. So kids get into it, they won't hurt themselves. So we're going to start here. And we're going to do a little thing on the corner here. Whoops, let's get our lead out. Line that corner up there. Bring this corner up here. And bring our line down. Then we're going to be raising this up. All right, and let's get this ink drawn around here. And now we're going to go up over. And now, when you look at it, it looks like one long tag. All right. So let's get our Fisker scissors out and give this a little cut. Around that corner. There. It's kind of hard to see. I have to get it in the light just so to see the pencil lines. You probably don't even see the pencil lines on screen. You'll be able to see them on the next thing we cut out. All right, there we got our first tag. Isn't that nice? And we'll just throw the rest of this away. That's not usable. Now I have another piece of paper here. What we're going to do, we're going to do a shorter tag because since we don't need that one, this one is long. And we're going to be cutting out this just to complement this and sit it side by side with it. So we're going to get our rounded there. And then, oops, template slid. There we go. Then we're going to come down and around there. Go up and around here. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that line. So we're going to start here on this corner. Round that corner off. And come in here with this corner and round it as well. And then go on up. A lot much easier to see than on that black. So, all the products that I use today, you can order from either Kiwi Lane or Creative Memories. If you notice, my background here is the new cutting mat from Creative Memories. And I love this mat, and I'll tell you why. It is 13 by 13 inches, meaning that if I put let me just show you here real quick. If I put a 12 by 12 piece of paper on this cutting mat, right in the center, see, I have all my measurements all the way around the side. And I can see where to place things. And this is really good when placing like borders and stuff like that in this. So what I'm going to do next is, let's see, let's go ahead and cut some holes in this. Let me get a hole punch. There we go. That's my tiny hole punch. We need a bigger hole punch than that. I have several different sizes of hole punches. And we're just going to go ahead in here and we're going to punch a hole in the center of the top to make our tag. There we go. See, that's why if I would have done that and left that the same size as this size, then what would happen is I would have punched that hole right here in the middle of the I am. And we didn't want to do that. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. There we go. Got that hole in there. And let's go ahead and ink these up. Now, why do you ink the black? Well, what I do with the black is I'm just going to run it around the edge here. What that does, this is not a solid core paper, so it's not black all the way through. It has a white base because it's a different, see, it's a different print on the other side that we had and we cut off. So this just gets rid of that white border of the paper. So when it lays on the paper, you don't see that white edge. And of course, on something like this, we like the distressed look of it. So I'll come around like this. You can't see the distress on the black, but you can on this one here. So we're going down through here. So I have been doing lots and lots of scrapbooking during the quarantine, and so I'm sure you guys have been too. So there we go, we got our little tags. And we're going to tuck those under a flower, like that, okay? So that's what we're going to do with those. So we'll set those aside. Now I'm going to show you how to use a border. Now you've seen me use other borders and you've seen me use the 12-inch borders. This is actually a 6-inch border because this border, Frolic, is a set of borders that was made for card making. So if you know anything about card making, they're usually 5.5 inches tall by 4.25 inches wide, and that fits down nicely in an envelope. And my director was making fun of me the other day. She's like, after all I've taught you, you don't have a scallop border? And I dug through and I found this little scallop border. So I'm going to use a trick she taught me. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this a 12-inch border. So we're going to start on this side. And we're just going to trace our scallops. Make sure that's even. There we go. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to line that up with that and this with here, and we're just going to continue our border. And then we're going to come down here a little further and finish this off. Line up our borders. There we go. Now we have a 12-inch border made out of a 6-inch border. So we'll just set this border aside and let's get to cutting our scallops out. Remember, we move the paper instead of the scissors as we cut. There we go. Now some people cut these scallops a lot differently. I've heard some people that go all one direction, like they go down, 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 down all the way up, and they turn it around then and go down, down, down all the way the other side. Some people are doing it the way I'm doing it, where I'm just cutting it all and going back and forth. Some people like going from each side, side to side, back and forth, because they say they get a cleaner cut. So, just however you want to cut your scallops, you cut your scallops. Now I made this strip of paper 1.5 inches wide. I knew that would give me enough to get my scallops in, but it would also give me a border that wasn't scallops. It would give me a wave border to use on another project. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm just getting ready to cut this last half a circle. Okay, there we go. So there we go. We have our scallop border, and we have a wave border. See, we got both of those. So there we go. We have two different borders, and I can tuck this down somewhere and put that in my scraps bin, and I'll be able to pull that out later. Alrighty, let's get to inking this. So why do we ink? Do you remember why we ink? We ink to cover the white of the paper. We ink to create a distressed look on our paper, which creates a more three-dimensional look. We ink because it covers a multitude of sins. Maybe not a perfect curve or something like that, but it also hides the pencil line. So if I don't get quite right on the line of the pencil where I did it, you won't be able to see the pencil because this ink covers it up. Alrighty, almost done here, and we'll be able to assemble our page. So here we go. There, we're done. All right. Let's get the ink off there, off my finger. And let's go to assembling. So, one of the things when you're assembling a page, especially if you have one page already done, is to keep in respect what's going on with the other page. So, for example, when we put this border on, we're just going to go ahead and put this border on. And we're going to butt this one right up against the other one. I'll bring this down closer to me, and so you can still see. Okay, there you go. There's our border. Now what I did is I created this other border here to go on the, if you'll excuse me. So what I did, I got interrupted there. Sorry, a neighbor came by. So what I did is I brought that strip over. You saw how I lined it up so it was even with the other side. I did that. We glued down our hearts, which you could put maybe a round photograph in, or maybe a heart-shaped photograph using the custom cutting system from Creative Memories. And this is the gemstone pattern. Remember, we used the oval Creative Memories set to create this hello, you make me happy, and we glued that in the bottom corner. We did our tags, and we tied them with a fun piece of ribbon from this adornment collection I had. All kinds of fun fibers on this one. I've had it for quite a few years, and I just keep using snippets of it on different projects. So we just put our big flower up here. We put our tags here. We tied these onto the tags, and we taped the tags together, and then we taped them back on here. And it has a little saying, I am strong, happy, kind, thankful, loved, enough. So when we get that all done, throw it out here to the side a little bit. Bring our second page in here. Now if you can see all that, we have our new, our second layout that we did using the April Kiwi Club set. So we'll see what comes out in May. I don't have that one yet. It'll be coming soon to a box, in my mailbox. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's in there. I hear there's a lot of goodies in it. So we'll be excited to see that. So we'll see you next time on The Nifty Scrapbooker. Bye.